All right, folks, welcome to another awesome Feature Friday. Today, we're going to take a look at the brand new CXone Studio. Short video, we're going to show you some of the key updates that will make your life a lot easier if you are creating flows within your contact center. Okay, so if you're used to Studio being a desktop application, you're probably used to seeing flows like this and having to log into a desktop application using Studio authentication or username and password, for example. Well, everything now has moved to the web. You can still use Desktop Studio, but you might want to start looking at the browser version. We've moved across to a web instance now of CXone, and I've launched the application menu just up here in the top left. Hopefully, you are seeing on your business unit New Studio. As we launch it, we can see here we get a message letting us know this is early GA. So it doesn't have everything, but it will let you know. And actually, the team have put in a little link so we can see what this looks like as well. Now, that's understandable. There was a huge amount within Desktop Studio. There's about 1,200 different commands. So it's taken a long time to build something. So what I'm going to do is just launch that first script. And you'll see it launches in another tab for me. So everything gets opened in a different tab at the moment. And because we've created this in Desktop Studio, it's tried to utilize the same format of Desktop Studio. In fact, what I'm going to do is just move myself across to here. As down in the bottom right here, we can see the preview. We're at 70% here. If I zoom in a bit more here, now I can do that like so, or I can just press the zoom control and my scroll wheel, for example. But you'll also notice there I started to see other symbols. So if I press the space bar, I can move it around. So actually it's a lot easier to move around a script in New Studio versus old. Or I could do so by right clicking and moving around as well. And I have options. I can fit this to full page if I want to. We can unpin the preview. Not sure why you'd want to do that. We can fit it to screen. We can zoom it out, all of that kind of good stuff. So this is an existing script. You could start to move your existing scripts. You don't have to make any changes to them, but you might format-wise want to change them so that they look and feel good within New Studio. So let's take a look at creating a new script. You'll see here 8 different script types that are supported. So you can go any mode here. The new digital ones came through last year. There's a lot of capability there. So if you're using digital first or the digital experience, as Nice calls it now, there's a lot that you can do within Studio. I'm just going to create a phone one now. And we have a blank canvas, which is nice. What we can do is now have a look around our window. And one thing I would suggest is if you are building new scripts in Studio, you might actually want to build vertically rather than just left to right, for example, because of the amount of space you've got. And also, these tiles for the actions are a little bit bigger and a little bit more descriptive. All our actions have been passed together. Now, if you're used to Desktop Studio, it's slightly different here, but it's got a search function. It's also drag and drop instead of click and drop, or click and drag. No, it's click and... Let's have a look. It was click and then click again. So now it's drag and drop. Makes it a lot easier. You can see here straight away we've got an edit caption icon here. So in the past, what I would do when I was building a script was I go, right, what am I going to do? I'm going to do a begin, then I'm going to check my opening hours. So we'll put that in there. Then I'm going to put a play announcement in there. Then, what should we do then? A menu? And we would do a request agent. So I've still got the habit of clicking and clicking. And then we're going to need some music at some point. I might copy this one. Paste it over there. And I might have a wait function as well. Really basic. And what I would do in the past was I would start building this out and I'd drag everything to here, drag it to here, drag it to here. And I build out and it was fairly manual. Yeah, we'll go to there as well. Anyway, that's what I would have done in the past, but the team at NICE that put together the new studio have made life a lot easier for us. So let's just do this. Bye bye. Back to begin. I'm going to close the action toolbar so you can see this in all its glory. Let's move the begin over here now. So what I can do now is hover over any of the 4 connection points within the block, the action block, and I can either drag it or I can click on it and it will give me the option to choose an action. And what they're doing out the box is giving you 5 top suggested based on how these functions are used actions. So from here, actually, what I wanted to do was check open. So I'm going to just use search. And then at that point, I am going to go to a menu. I'm going to put a play on that one. There we go. Now we can say that we're closed here. And we're going to click on this one now and change the condition to open. Now, if you're using a play, you can click on this and open up the editor. You can build things into here if you want to. There we go. It's just loaded up for us. This is exactly what you used to see on the old desktop studio. So we can say, let's do text to speech. We're closed. Goodbye. And then what I'm going to do is actually click on this and click here, and we'll add the caption close message. In our menu, again, we've got the option. This one at the moment is just dropping out to a menu builder. It's exactly the same box, it just hasn't quite been embedded in yet. And again, we can say what our phrase is, etc. But from here, I can click out. I'm going to do a request agent. That's our default. I'm then going to click out again, and I'm going to do a request agent, and I'm going to say on digit 1. Then we're going to do that again. I can just click it out here. Digit 2, and so on. Keep doing as you need to. You see it locks quite nicely to the grid here. This one I'm going to do a transfer. And it will format and it will work itself out here. Here, actually, I've plumbed this into the wrong point, so maybe I'm going to redo that. But it's up to you how you build this now. It might be, for example, that I bring my onAnswer action, which I used to, let's go answer like so. I used to put this down the bottom of the script. So we'll put onAnswer here, for example. We'll line it up. You can see it's trying to find the right line for it to take there. And it just makes life a lot easier. So now I can quickly build stuff out. I can see what everything looks like. So there you have it. Quick change around with Web Studio. Once we're happy with this, we can create this. This is the save function. We could go and open this now. So I'm going to go new studio walkthrough. We could go and open this in Old Studio. It's going to look a little bit different though, so whether you'd want to or not. And we have trace options that are starting to appear in here as well. We can start with trace and we can capture live contacts. So there you go, brand new Web Studio from CXone. No longer does it need to be a web app. You can simply launch it from the launcher button in NICE. Thank you very much for joining us.